Hello friends, we're already here with the second edition of our On English Neck and Norman Yoke CK2 playthrough. At the end of last episode, we had just finished acting as William the Conqueror and taking over England from our initial holdings down the north of France. We broke off the French king, became an equal king, and now unfortunately we've got some housekeeping work to do. We become a conqueror, the king of France is off doing different things. Most of these are no longer our problem. They were probably a mere vassal, not a king in our own right. So we have a first problem. Our domain cap is well over where it should be. We have a number of holdings we ought not have held ourselves. So we wouldn't give away the city, give it to a mayor instead, give away this bishopric to a bishop of some sort, and a few more to give away also. I'm not sure whether these are all our personal holdings, but they are right now. Like I said, the initial portion of today's video is going to be just some housekeeping, which I consider doing offline, but I think we read in the introduction of what King William the Conqueror was. A lot of his later life was spent with trying to consolidate the realm, and so we're going to be doing that work ourselves and seeing how much fun it is to engage in consolidation. I'm very glad that we were able to successfully repel the Norwegians. I had a real fear that we were going to end up beating the King of England, but Norway would be a harder nut to crack, but looking pretty good right now. Now we're in a correct domain size, having given away those extra territories. That is good. We do see we have 2 Norwegian counties still held here by the King of Norway. My suspicion is those were ones he personally held on the English kingdom, and we'll need to push him out at some point before too long. Now, we need to set our crown focus somewhere. Looks like the old King of England is now one of my dukes. Duke Girth here, it looks like. I do believe that's him, or maybe he's actually in Middlesex instead. Here he is. King Harold. Petty King Harold is in my... No, he's actually imprisoned by the King of Norway. How on earth... Oh, because he... I bet that's how the Norwegians won the war against the English initially, by capturing their king. It happened so abruptly. So he's going to hang out over there. Can I ask for the King of England to be released? If I do, he might actually like me quite a bit. So, not interested in taking Magne. I thought I could ask for a vassal to be freed, but it looks like no. And that fellow is my direct vassal now, correct? Yeah, Harold here is definitely a vassal, and I don't see any clever way to ask for him to be freed. I'll have to revoke his title. Apparently, if I revoke his title, it'll lower the vassal's opinion of me. Now, at this point, I probably shouldn't do that, because all the English vassals hate me, as I am a tyrant who has stolen their king's land, and I'm of the wrong culture and all that good stuff. I'm noticing that none of the vassals are especially huge compared against me, but Edwin is the largest, and he's not on the council right now. Harold the King apparently is on the council, though. Really? In what capacity is King Harold on the council? He's not. He's not, but why is he showing it on the council? I thought that the red hand meant not on the council, angry for the council. He's not red-handed. Maybe he's not red-handed because he's in prison right now. Maybe we won't be a council eventually. Anyway, Edwin here. Are you good at anything, Edwin? No, you're a fairly middling character. We'll go ahead and make you our advisor, though, just to keep you happy. You can show up and occasionally bloviate about what should be done inside the domain. We're not going to take your advice too seriously, I don't suspect. All right, we want to go ahead and use our huge sums of wealth here to ask the Pope to come and crown us. Organize a coronation ceremony. We can't do that, though, because... is not in hiding in seclusion or otherwise occupied important business. I do not know what important business we have. Maybe we have an unpause until the end of the war. Unpause briefly and see if we are still busy with important business. Hey, we're not. Great. All right, the time has finally come for me to be officially recognized as King of England. In order to do this, I'll need the support of the Catholic Church, but convincing authoritative members will be neither easy nor cheap. Begin preparations to find a priest willing to crown me. Now, when I see only the Pope is fit to crown me, I click only the Pope is fit to crown me. We need that people legitimacy. Here we go. The ceremony finally concluded. Oh wait, this is actually from the King of France being crowned by the Pope very hastily. With the ceremony finally concluded, King Philippe bid me farewell and dismissed me from the encampment alongside all the other guests. I still cannot believe his coronation was not abruptly interrupted by an enemy raid. God must be protecting the king. We'll have a better crowning ceremony than that. Also, we still owe $300 gold rather, back to the Jewish merchants. We'll get that fairly soon. If we want to be a duke of some sort, we can be a duke of some sort. I don't think I want to do that right now. Hopefully we're back to the Pope fairly soon, and I don't want to spend any money until then. There we go. To King William of England, I should be glad to recognize your divine right to rule. As soon as you officially proclaim that it's no business of the king to appoint members of the clergy. Oof. He wants to have investiture of clergy in the hands of the papacy. You know what? My concerns are not with the church. Might be a huge mistake, we'll see what happens. Alright, now that I have a distinguished member of the Catholic clergy to officiate my coronation, I must decide how much I wish to spend on the ceremony leading up to it. I'm thinking extravagant. Use all that Jewish merchant money to buy many pickled boar heads. Send invitations to all vassals as well as any neighboring Catholic kings to join you for the greatest feast of the century. Man, we're gonna party like it's 1069. Wouldn't do that. Alright, people are piling in with the RSVPs, many people are very happy. One of my boys, Prince Richard, now of England, is obsessed with his looks. He often avoids playing with other children just for fear of getting his clothes dirty or ruining his hair. Alright, don't worry about how you look, instead become ambitious. Or we could say, it's fine, I don't need competition. You know what, yeah, we don't want our children rising up against us. I'm not sure if they're... I mean, he likes me, so maybe he wouldn't rise up against me, but don't need any competition. Also, notice my boy is part of a bloodline. Do we get a bloodline for being... Yeah, just for being us. Born an illegitimate bastard, he more than proved himself after successfully claiming the throne of England, becoming known as the Conqueror. Gives us free opinion with basically everyone nearby, and then also we can act well towards our bastard children and not cause strange, sad people. What? The King of Norway is not coming to our territory. Also, the King of Norway's a Catholic? I thought he'd be Germanic pagan. That's delightful. But he's not coming anyway. He hates me for seizing his title. I mean, I wouldn't like him either, I suppose. Okay, some people are coming. I don't know who else is coming, but hopefully the King of France comes at least. Only a few more days remain before I'm crowned king before God and all my subjects. My court is filling with distinguished guests, both vassals and foreign dignitaries, come to bear witness to this fundamental moment of my reign. If this goes well, it all goes well. Such a lavish ceremony is a rare spectacle to behold, even amongst royalty. Will never be soon enough. I notice we've lost ourselves a counselor, our marshal, possibly got old and died. Right now, it looks like our council is wanting us to go attack big non-Catholics. I'm not sure there are any nearby, and unifying Great Britain is one of my goals, I suspect, for too long here, but I'll go ahead and take our top marshal here, top marshal skill for our marshal, Gerbode, and hopefully does well for us. Also, I actually haven't placed my counselors yet, have I? I need to go ahead and send them out to do whatever we need them to do. So first of all, we're going to have our Spy Master sent over to the Byzantine Empire. This is like a very standard play. The hub of technology shall be mine. I'm curious if there are any non-Catholics in my realm. Look at that religion chart, and it is looking pretty darn Catholic in there. Looks like the non-Catholic parts of the world are farther away from where we are. I'll not about that at all. So I use my chaplain then just to hunt apostates, or better yet, let's go ahead and research some cultural tech and get ourselves a little bit smarter on all things culture. Let's read about Shakespeare, or I guess actually invent Shakespeare. Become Shakespeare ourselves, possibly. All right, we'll have our steward, so we're not building much quite yet. I'll work on economic tech also, and our marshal will do military tech. I should check for revolts real fast. Some people appear to be a little unhappy that we are the king. Also, it looks like some of our French friends are not terribly happy with the ongoing rule of their liege. But for the time being, we'll start trying to put down the revolt chances in our realm. I believe that Cornwall and Devon were a little cranky, so we'll work on that right now. And then I'm interested in getting some claims. So to decide what to do with the Chancellor, let's go and look and see what claims we have against these two counties. And if not that, we might start trying to head into Wales or maybe into Scotland up there. So what claims do I have against the King of Norway? Now we're in a truce right now, and he's a Christian, so I can't do anything. We have claims on the individual counties. I'm not allowed to press all claims simultaneously. I'm not sure why it is. But I think we're going to have to fight 2 more wars. One for this county and one for that county 10 years from now. It'll be a ways on. Let's go ahead and see what's happening here in, I think it said Powys. I'm not sure if it said Powys, but maybe it is. We could force vassalization. Maybe just fit 1,000 prestige. We're very close on that. Let's go ahead and ask if he wants to vassalize. He says no. He realizes I am huge, but not huge enough to make it work. I mean, no great surprise there. We have a tiny little enclave here in Morganwing. I don't know how to say anything Welsh. You want to vassalize? Also, no. I was closer. It's closer. I mean, no great surprise on any of that. Is your heir married? Your heir's already married off. All right. I'm fair to think about political marriages as a way to potentially get ourselves some more land and to fight our way through all of it. I could force vassalization here, though again we need 1,000 prestige to force vassalization. We can also go ahead and border dispute, but it's only against a single county, and that feels like a very slow process, not really what I want to do. Lastly, there's these fine folks, the, what do they call themselves? Oh, it's Powys also. Okay, so this is a tributary of Powys, and so I can't actually directly vassalize them, I think. Can I? Well, they all say no. So I guess actually it's possible to do that. One thing we could force vassalization, but only if we have more prestige. I think it all comes down to we need more prestige. I think once we get the Pope to put that crown upon our head, we will get a ton of prestige very quickly. With so many distinguished guests having traveled all the way to my court, the least I could do is to entertain them while we all wait for the day of my coronation. This could also provide me with an opportunity to impress some more influential guests. I need a guest list. I have no idea who's here. But we'll go ahead and call out and say, "Hear me, everyone." Attempt to use diplomacy to impress your guests. Now, we were the Chancellor to the Council of France. We only have 10 diplomacy. You know what? Let's give it a shot. We once conquered England. Maybe now we can conquer our guests' hearts. Hear me, everyone. Whatever doubts I might have had about my performance were completely unfounded. My speech about the duties of a good king to his subjects was poignant and extremely well received. I feel like I may have gotten very, very lucky there. Pew, or pew, or I don't know how to say that word. This morning, a curious visitor came to my court. He's a wandering knight who traveled to Rouen after hearing news of my upcoming coronation. He has proclaimed he wishes to pledge his sword to my service. He's ready and eager to serve a king as wide and renowned as I am to his death. Hello, Hugh. How do you do? Hopefully he's not going to betray us. We'll make him a commander right away. I might give him land eventually. We'll see. But welcome aboard, Hugh. Good seeing you. These troops, is it my retinue or is this? Yeah, it's my retinue here. Actually, no, they're special event troops. We still have some event troops from the invasion of England, I believe. That's striking. Also, I never actually put my crown focus anywhere. I'm going to put it in my old capital, I guess, just to make that prestige be a little bit better. Here we go. I kneel before Pope Alexander II as a host of vassals surround us in complete silence. The Pope blesses me and places the royal crown upon my head, proclaiming me King of England by the grace of God. Finally and truly the King, extravagant coronation, everybody loves resorty. Good job, team. Good job, team. We're still pulling some decent cash. I'm going to go ahead and increase. I was going to say I was going to do a castle town to get some more taxes. I think we also get taxes off of the castle walls, but we can't do those either, unfortunately. So maybe let's just keep on bringing in money for a bit now. But with that now established, we're now the king. We're pulling in prestige very, very quickly. We'll have enough to declare a war pretty soon. I was going to look at the Scottish and see what they're up to in this playthrough. The King of Scotland, King Malcolm's also a good Catholic. Not going to be able to force vassalization, unfortunately. Ireland is looking ripe for the picking. The only issue, of course, is that Ireland's all Catholic also, so it's going to make the Pope very cranky if I get out of hand here. I think what I want to do is roll our way gradually to the west here, take over Wales, ideally, and then maybe get over to Ireland via, is it Dyfed rather. Young Robert, our heir, has finished his education in the ways of faith and of learning. It did not turn out well. Why didn't you study? Why didn't you study, Prince Robert? Maybe it's the lisp. Maybe his instructors think that he didn't speak clearly enough, unfortunately. Oh well. Good luck next time. Very good. Alright, so if we force vassalization on each one of these in turn, it'd be lovely, but I don't know if the, what's it called? So I know that, yeah, tributary. I don't know if the tributary of our vassals would come along, or we'd have to then make them a tributary once more. I'm not exactly sure how that works out. Alright, we're still pulling plenty of cash right now, plenty of everything's actually coming in. It's good to be the king, I do believe. Now, remember that 1075, we can launch war against Norway again. Let's go look at France and see what's up down this way. So, who is this to our west? The King of Brittany. Oh, he's a Catholic also. I'm doubting he wants to vassalize. No, the problem is, though we are a king, though we are powerful, all these petty kings think they're kings also. So, we could force vassalization again with oodles of money. Might be a good place to go first. Just kind of worried that eventually the King of France might try to gobble that up. But I don't think anyone else would do too much gobbling here. Like, possibly Scotland will take this. Maybe Norway will get involved also. But I don't think anyone's unifying Ireland anytime, so that's not a huge hurry. Yeah, I think once we get 1,000, we're probably gonna head to the west here, unless he has some remarkable alliance. He does not. All right, I'd like to get a remarkable alliance, ideally. We have a number of children who are not yet sold off. I'm sorry, not yet introduced to the love of their lives. So we're going to find our way to get them married, to get some alliances. We're in better shape when fighting against these other kingdoms nearby. Now, the highest learning in our entire kingdom is a 12. That's not so good. We need a better chaplain if possible. So we're going for the first time this game, search the whole wide world of sports for any men who are my religion, unmarried, definitely, because you have to be I don't think you can be married and be a priest, can you? Maybe you can. I actually know that by now, but alright, in diplomatic range, highest possible learning, a 28! But these are all loyal subjects. Alright, right here, Barusone, the 22 in learning, will come for a little bit of cash. Slip him a $5 and he's good to go. Alright, now he'll join us. This is a very... Here, wait. There, invite to court, yeah. He'll join us now. Very, very good chaplain. Hopefully he gets much more cultural tech really quickly here. So, welcome aboard, friend, to our county. And then we'll go ahead and marry off our children next. Join the council first, become chaplain. Give me some more cultural tech also. No Shakespeare this time, just find some way to learn what this newfangled reading and writing is. What? I should deploy him, or I didn't actually deploy him. I clicked on the steward instead. So, cultural tech right there. Good. Okay, so children need focus again. It's one of our princesses. She's already decent at diplomacy. We'll go ahead and give her some more points in etiquette to help that diplomacy some more. And now, like I said, I'm probably going to in Wales. So I want to be friendly friends with Scotland and with France. We'll go to New France first, as they're a little bit larger. I'm assuming they have French boats. We'll see. They have an heir who is not his son. Right? He's only 18. His wife is not yet pregnant. She has rejected seduction attempts. Oh my. Makes her more and more attractive to the French king. Hopefully they have some kids pretty soon. Are there other people in your family who are still alive? There are brothers and sisters of the king. This brother, if we can get a betrothal, we might be able to get an alliance off of that. So we'll use one of the 9-year-old here. Let's get a non-aggression pact. It says no. Be the political concerns. And it's unfortunately not really all that close. Even if we use our number 1 daughter, it's still, unfortunately, just not terribly close. We could send the King of France a little bit of money, but he does not want a non-aggression pact. It's possible the King of France is thinking about seizing our land, causing a scene, and that'd be disastrous. All right, King Malcolm III up here. How about your princely son? Are you interested in marrying him off to a lovely daughter, the youngest one in curls? Yes, he is. Alright. So he actually is worried that we are going to come and consume him. Now, I am planning on taking out Scotland before too long, but not urgently. Now, will you take matrilineal for this? I didn't think so. I realized that the AI occasionally takes some very bad choices, but not that time. So we got a non-aggression pact with Scotland then, and I'm not going to try to get one in Brittany because I do want to go that way. France might be an ongoing concern. We'll see. All right, King of Scotland, will you give me an alliance? You will. Great. All right, now, England and Scotland, best friends forever. Looking good. By the way, though, our son, William of England, needs some guidance in experienced areas. Now, he's not going to be king. He's not going to be king. He's maybe get married off someone, might go become a priest. We'll see. But I'm going to give him nothing. You gotta learn on your own, my boy. Life's hard, then you die. The end. All right, I got the alliance. Fantastic. And there's currently a war happening. Duke Edwin, one of my dukes, is actually trying to push into Worcester, or I think it's Worcester. This is the problem. Oh, pronunciation's the worst, right? My vassals are doing some work though, while I'm just waiting for my prestige meter to go up high enough. Do we have any claims right now? We have no claims on anything. We can send our chancellor out to get us some claims, but I really do hate going county by county once we're a king. It feels like a really silly way to proceed. Anyway, here's someone sneaking around inside and believed to be a burglar. When I went downstairs, I discovered Agatha opening one of my letters. I could teach her to be less nosy there by becoming cruel, which helps us do better against our enemies, but makes our people dislike us. We don't want to do that, so I will say, learn to read, little daughter of mine. Look how progressive and forward-thinking I am. That's pretty good. Incidentally, what are our laws right now? Can we change them? We're currently in primogeniture. That's fantastic. That's the biggest concern for me, is making sure that our eldest son holds on to the main title, which he definitely will, and hopefully hold on to our various duchies also. Yeah, I'm sure he will. All right. So what other laws might we want to pass? Could we have like greater centralization, or let's see here. Greater centralization would be more domain and more vassal limit. This is a benefit entirely. The entire council on board with that. So yeah, greater centralization. The council will accept. With that, we've already passed one law in our favor. Now, one of the issues with getting that early alliance is that Scotland decide they want to use our mighty power against the King Guthroth of, I don't know what that is, but it's against some king. I think it's Iceland, actually. I accept. So maybe he's going against Norway. I'm not sure what he's doing, but he wants our help. We'll give him the help and see what happens. All right, young Richard has finished education. Knows with pride he's attained nothing less than a masterful level of knowledge. Got that tonsure going. Does our boy want to be in a holy order? You can order unlanded courtiers to take the vows and join a monastic order of their choice. Does this qualify them from normal inheritance? They can still be claimants. You know what? Sure. You go ahead and take some vows. We'll lose some piety for doing this, but our boy is heading in the direction he should be heading. Oh no, he'll be very angry with me for doing this. Is he able to join a holy order on his own? With that tonsure hairstyle, it's like obvious that he wants to be. He clearly wants to be a monk of some sort, but maybe I shouldn't force him. We'll leave it on his own. Good job, kid. And the same Richard here has a lot of his own opinions, won't listen to the priests. Mastermind theologians should not listen to the priests. We're going to go ahead and let him do what he wants to do. A cynical priest with less piety than, but having a good time at least. Alright, very good. Various pop-ups here. Unlanded son, unmarried heir. The betrothal, we should be able to marry her off now. Why has it not popped up with is marrying? They're 17 and 16. I didn't arrange the marriage. Well, no. I mean, he is his own person, I guess. He's in his own counties, so he should be doing the marriage on his own. We'll trust they'll get it figured out before too long, hopefully. Now, both the duchies we can create are ones we totally hold already, correct? Yeah, so the counties here, I mean, we could become Duke and make a play for Bath, but they're loyal to us, no concerns there. The other duchy that we could create is Cornwall. It's a 2-county duchy, and we hold both of them already. No problem. All right, former prestige, and our first war is coming. Our first war since taking England is coming. Three of our vassals might want to leave us. Yoredale, Wiltshire, and Dorset. I think these are all cities. Yes, that's not such a concern. No, Dorset's actually a county, never mind. Alright, we are 1,000 though. Also, the Pope has died along with the Pope. Alright, I want to go into forced vassalization to the west here against Brittany, just because I'm concerned that France might push up against us otherwise. They have very, very little in the way of armies. They have no alliances. Okay, officially, we're fighting a war here to help protect Scotland against Argyle. Yeah, so the Icelanders are trying to take a little bit of Scottish territory, I think. We'll definitely help with that. I mean, okay. So I can't start the war if I have any raised levies. Now, I think the event army does not count as that. We'll see if it does. We'll enforce our vassalization on Brittany. We'll ask more, do you want to be vassalized? You don't. Let me convince you that, in fact, you do want to be vassalized. Here we go. Yeah, our event spawn armies do not count as being a part of this. We'll call for the King of Scotland to help us out. Hopefully he will. Doesn't want to be a disloyal member of the island after all. We'll go ahead and raise some armies. Both of those will gather up entirely right there. Send you all to here. And we need some boats also. So where are the boats currently? And hey, the King of Scotland's on his way. Who was I to doubt the King of Scotland bring his troops at once? We also need a ton of boats. I'm going to borrow all of our vassal boats. Now this is going to lead to the vassals being a little bit cranky with us. Unfortunately, feudals, I believe it's the case that feudal vassals get cranky the longer you have their boats out. Because they want to use them for a weekend vacation getaway, and who are we to return them without gasoline and so on. Alright, so armies gathered up already. This actually might be all we need. It is possible we will not even need our armies in the north. Also, I feel like I should potentially not be using the King of England on the battlefield. If he dies, I'll be very, very sad, but maybe our true, is it Norman blood? Yeah, Norman blood runs hot. We need to get ourselves some blood on our hands. All right, he's actually left his territory rather foolishly. He's not going to get any defensive bonus for our attacking there. It'll be a very easy win for us to begin with. I'm going to go ahead and put my boats away, actually. And I think I'm going to just move my troops from here up north into Scotland to try to help out. I think the Scots have been kind to us. They're our only allies in a time when no one else wanted to help us. That'll be fine. Things are going well when suddenly I hear an embarrassed huff from nearby. Spinning my sword to the ready, I see the enemy commander Joffres awkwardly attempting to climb a large rock. I think he's trying to escape the battle, my lord. The soldier next to me muses. How good of a fighter is he? He's a personal combat of 22. Our personal combat skill is 48. Now, by the simple power of math, I should win this one, but I've found that even really, really, really bad personal combatants can beat very good ones. I don't want William the Conqueror to die. Should we be cowards? Should we be cowards here? You know what? No. We are brave. We're going to chase him down for personal duel on the battlefield. Joffres swings his maul clumsily. The fight has gone on forever and my muscles are beginning to ache. With the remainder of my strength, I sink my spear into his chest. The man groans. It takes off my own heart stops pounding. Then he is still. Another victorious match. Good job and go team. That went pretty well. Alright, I want to put all the boats away. All the boats go away, didn't even after all. And we had a victory here, that's wonderful. Let's now start marching through Britannic territory. As she's going older, our daughter needs some guidance. Sorry, she's on her own. We're just going to actually marry off our other kids. That's one of the things we'll do fairly soon here because we have lots of potential non-aggression pacts and happy loyalties we could establish if only our children would cooperate and accept their marriages. Alright, so what's happening up here in Scotland? The army is trying to defeat our Scottish friends have found their way to the north here. We'll go ahead and just hop on the Scottish territory. I guess we'll siege this down. That would help them out a little bit. And we are actually winning both the wars we're engaging right now, so I feel pretty good about that. Warwick has used for title from Wolfston. I'm guessing this is just our vassals fighting vassals. At some point, we want to ensure that the vassals can't fight each other, can't cause terrible problems, making a mess of everything. But for the moment, I'm okay with them having little fights, right? Boys will be boys. Vassals will steal territory from vassals. It's just what they do. And are you actually able to see this down? We're only at 800 troops, 900 troops. I'm surprised. We'll pop in once again, give them a good hard thwacking. Maybe capture someone. Is it never lucky here? Is me never lucky? It is never lucky, unfortunately. We'll go ahead and continue sieging down, and with 400 troops, they can't possibly siege down another area, can they? I don't think so. 2 of us under unlanded. Now, they'd be pretty cranky about that, I believe. Maybe we'll want to try to help them get some land, but I don't know. One of the standard strategies in this game I know is do not give your unlanded sons land, lest they get big ambitions and big desires to form a faction against you. Speaking of which, there are currently 3 factions against me, all of which are set on having either English Council get more power or someone else taking over as king. I think this is a democracy or something. That's unacceptable. I'll need to go and give the vassals their troops back pretty soon, because I'm fairly uninterested in having the vassals get cranky with me. What we can make them happier, we'll probably look into in a second here. Want to go and end out the wars, though. Let's go ahead and head straight. I was going to say we head straight up from Galloway and fight this army of King whomever it is, but actually they have more troops than we do. Though they are primarily, I'll say they're primarily light, but actually no, they're as heavy as we are. We can actually ask the King of Scotland to attach his armies to my armies. Actually right here, right? And in so doing, hopefully with our powers combined, we can either be Captain Planet or we can defeat the invaders. We'll see what we can do. Alright. Yeah, so unfortunately we're losing the war in Scotland. That's not really my problem. The Scottish King loses the war, it's on him entirely. We're getting a little bit of a river crossing penalty here. Our boots got wet, but now we're wetting them even further with our enemy's blood. Happy to see that. Are we getting any war scores? We're getting no war score for defeating armies. We're only getting war score at this point for taking counties. Now, both of these are only half captured. We'll stay there a little while longer. Young Ralph, or maybe Rafe, like the English composer Rafe Vaughan Williams, loves physical games and developing a strong physique. Become brave, boy. And he did. And he did. Ralph the Lowborn. Why on earth are we taking interest in this kid? Why are we the educator? I mean, clearly this means we need to go ahead and set up a physician? That's not true. A tutor, rather, to ensure we're not responsible for giving every single child in the realm their life's goals. Alright, so I would like the King of Scotland to cooperate with me, but he's not attaching in the way I wish he would. We asked him to attach. He cannot currently assist me because he's busy in a war of his own. You understand I'm here to help, correct? If I step forward, will he come with me? He's not going to come with me. He's just hanging out. King of Scotland, why you gotta do this? Is she actually in another war? Let's see, the Scottish King is currently in how many wars? He's currently in multiple wars, one of which is the one that I'm trying to vassalize. He's trying to fight off a host against himself. He's also in this war against that. Alright, so they've actually attrition down a little bit. I really wonder if I bounce it on top of them, will the Scots come too? They're not going to. They're not going to. The Scots just not cooperating. So we'll pop down here and help siege that down and ignore the ongoing horror of... Who are you? Fraticelli Uprising. Okay, so it's a religious group of heretics. Not our problem. We'll ignore them. We're 98% war score on the war in Brittany here. We're not going to get the 2% with this part, unfortunately. We'll take one more holding, and we should be fine. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The lovely Princess Cecilia is breaking my heart. She has been indiscreet while unwed. She's been hiding her pregnancy from now, and now presents me with her child. Oof. We could pay heavily to deal it quietly. Spymaster Bishop advise you on deal with your daughter's bastard child. The child of my blood, and I'll take care of them both. Or, punish her harshly and give away a child. Now, for roleplay reasons, because this king is a bastard himself, the child's of my blood, I'll take care of them. May will become kind here. Hopefully that bastard child does not end up seizing my throne at 8 points. That'd be a true disaster. Alright, hold one more holding, which should be done with that war. Actually, we're winning in the north now. I wish I could communicate better with the King of Scotland to convince him that what we need to do is siege down everything together. Holding hands. Oh, is he actually going in? Where are you going? He's heading to attach the army of Drogo. So I guess the army of Scotland is in multiple places I did not realize. One of my counselors is doing nothing. Who dat? Were we kicked out of the Byzantine friends? Has Byzantium broken up? No. Oh, they moved their capital. There's a plague there. What flavor of plague is it? What is the disease at play? It's the slow fever. Let's go ahead and send our Spymaster briefly down to their new capital. I'm sure there's plenty of technology there for us. And this child needs a focus in life. She will be another intriguing person. We're raising a whole family of Spymasters. It's going to be lovely. Alright, last siege here, almost done. And then we go and send our king's army up north to hopefully help the Scottish folks win. So it's just like such a slow war, unfortunately. Defeat in the north. Actually, that's not a defeat in the north. That's a defeat right here. They sieged down faster than I did. So, and they fully sieged this down. I don't know if it's the case the AI can siege a little bit faster than the player can. Yeah, I would think since I have more troops than they do, I'd go faster, but maybe the marching around is throwing things off. But take this one, and then we'll stop their current siege. Right? I think this will finish it off right now. 99%! Oh, video game. Oh, video game. Why you gotta be this way? Hopefully it'll tick up to 100% just by timing as we hold the war targets longer and longer, but we don't have all the war targets, so no, it won't. We'll keep an eye out on them. It's amazing what good work a tiny little army can do here. They're absolutely holding off the 100% war score. We'll siege down one more, we should be fine though. I feel like 5 times so far. I'm actually not sure how much more we have to siege down, but we'll see. And I don't think there's a river between these two counties. So if the invading armies against Scotland turn on us, we have some problems most likely. Also, then I don't have all the commanders I need, so let's get some more commanders. We'll use these two fellows at the bottom. Not good commanders, but they're okay. Also, I always imagine I'd be the first to go, but now I'm the one who's mourning. Our friend Ravenger has died. Yeah, what a great name. I feel so powerful. Get a drink. Don't become a drunk king. Already had one too many drink when I'm joined at a table by an equally intoxicated woman. It takes a few minutes to realize, but it surely must be Albereda. Like abracadabra or something. Been quite some time drinking together and sharing our sorrows. Best friends forever. I almost always take best friends on that event. I'm always delighted to see what happens to get some more friends. Alright, but we have successfully completed the vassalization war, and with that, we got ourselves a fair bit more of England. This new vassal hates me because I have forced vassalization, but that is how it's done. We still have the war going in the north, but at this point we'll go ahead and cut off this bit of the playthrough and have another one starting up pretty soon here. Thanks so much for being here, and see you again real soon, friends. Thanks for watching.